And we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 2 of Late Nights with OJ Light. I am your host, OJ Light. In today's episode, we are going to talk about getting better erections. Alright, and I have a whole system to which I suggest for this. So, let's kind of go over a little bit of what we talked about yesterday. Okay. I have my notes from yesterday. I actually have notes. Alright, cool. So we talked about three things yesterday, some of which we will be referencing tonight. Okay, so first we talked about the concept of preeminence and how that is important to your well-being and your relationships with others. And preeminence is having a quality to yourself that makes you superior to all others. And I make the argument, and I'm sure other people make this argument, that working out is probably one of the best things you can do for yourself. It's one of the finest qualities that you can have about yourself. Okay, so we talked about that concept. Then we also talked about how I got a new 8-inch bathmate, which we will be talking about tonight. Okay, we will be talking about that much more in detail tonight. And then the last thing we talked about is how I briefly mentioned that I am learning about business and I am trying to learn how to generate more income, more equity in myself, and things of that nature. So that's what we talked about yesterday. So, in tonight's episode, we will be talking at great length about the bathmate. We will be talking more on the subject of money, and then we're going to go to fitness. We're going to talk about some fitness things. Swimming is what I did today. We'll talk about why that's important. So let's get into it, guys. Alright, so let's start with a story. I kind of had this tip yesterday, and I kind of afterwards I thought it'd be really good to review this tip and give it a story. Okay. And my tip is, if there's a particular place that has some type of food or anything bad, like let's back up. So, example, if you are an alcoholic, I would suggest you do your best not to drive by liquor stores or bars, even though there's hundreds of them everywhere. But do your best. You might have a particular bar that you like to go to. Don't drive by that bar. Okay. I love fried foods. Okay, I love fried foods. I love them. Fucking love them. And example, a donut. A lot of people think of donuts in terms of sugar. I like it because it's fried bread. I fucking love donuts, mozzarella sticks, onion rings, pizza puffs, things of that nature. Okay, so there's a couple places I actually have to avoid. I don't go to this one particular hot dog joint because they have the best pizza puffs. I mean, I will order 3 of them. Okay, I fucking love it. Corn dogs, pizza puffs, I love that shit. And then there is a donut shop that I avoid. I actually take the longer way home from work because I know if if I go a particular path, I'm gonna stop at this donut shop, and I'm gonna get 3, 4 donuts. Okay, so I love them. I fucking love them. So that was, and so that's the real struggle. That's the real struggle. So I avoid that, and I would suggest if you have something you know you shouldn't be getting, you do your best, and there are failures. I'm not going to say I've never not gone to this donut shop ever again, but there will be failures, but you just have to do your best to avoid the thing you know that you are addicted to. So, that's our little story tip to start for the day. So let's kind of move into our subject matter. As I stated, I got a new bathmate. Okay? And I've played with it for a couple sessions now. And it fucking rocks. It rocks. It really fucking rocks. I love it. Okay? I did a session Tuesday with the comfort pad, and today I did a session without the comfort pad. And without the comfort pad is just way fucking better. It's way better. It's way better. Hands down, there's no competition. It is way better. So, and I took a really good dick pic this morning. I mean, this thing, I'll have to get off my phone. I know it's going to show up on my phone when I'm talking to somebody in the worst fucking moment, but it is just, it's a great pic, okay? And clearly, like, the results are just phenomenal. I cannot wait to do 100 sessions with this thing. I just cannot. Okay, so originally I had a 9-incher, okay, and it was a little big. It's a little big, okay, but I made it work. Because originally I had the last year I had a 7-inch. I had a 7-inch bathmate extreme, and I maxed it out. Okay, I maxed it out. I actually used it the other day. I still have it. I used it the other day because my 9-inch broke. Maxed it out. Just maxed it out. And that's not bad. It's just like, well, there's no room to grow. So I was like, I need... so that's why I got the 9. I thought, well, I don't want to be buying another one in 6 months, so I'll get the 9. That was a mistake. Guys. That was a huge mistake. Not bad. It's not bad advice. It's just big. It's really fucking big. Okay, it's the girth. The girth is just so fucking big. Like the opening in it, it's big. So I was like, so when the 9 broke, I was like, I'm gonna get an 8 this time. I'm gonna get an 8. Okay, I know I've been using the 9 for like 9 months, using the 9 for 9 months, 10 months, but I'm gonna get an 8. I'm gonna get an 8 this time, and I gotta say I'm loving it a lot more. It is a lot more enjoyable. The 9 was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. So I would suggest in the future. This is my tip. For the night. My big tip for the night. If you have a 7-inch and you max it out, do not jump to the 9. Get the 8. Okay, just one step at a time. Okay. Otherwise, I just think you'll run into the same problem I got. So I would definitely do 7 to 8, and if you max out the 8 and you want to go more to the 9, then okay. But don't go from 7 to 9. That was a mistake. I would not do that again. Like I said, I made the 9 work, but it was work to make it work. Okay. So like I said, the 8 is just phenomenal. I'm loving it. So, that is part 1. So, let's talk about if you are new to the bathmate. What is my routine? And I'm gonna put it in chat. Okay, just so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. So, step 1, 5 minutes of warm up. Okay, so that's step 1. Okay, 5 minutes of warm up. And what I use, this bottle. This is what I do. I fill this bottle up with hot water, not scorching hot, but warm to hot, and I insert myself 5 minutes, and that's my warm up. That right here, this is my warm up. Okay. And after the 5 minutes, the warm up is done. Okay. By the way, this is my newbie. I'm sorry. Let me back up. This is a newbie routine I'm giving you right now. Newbie routine. Okay. Because again, it's important to step up and not skip steps. Very important. So that's step 1. I'm going to put it in. Okay, step 2, guys, is do 50 scrotum stretches. Okay, 50. I wish I really do need to release the videos. I was going to do demo videos. I need to make that. That's got to be my number 1 thing I do. It's got to be the number 1 thing. I'm going to put that right down on this paper down. Make demo videos. Okay, so that's the number 1 thing I have to do is make demo videos. Okay, sorry about that. Anyways, you do 50 of those. Okay, and what this is going to do is you pull the ball sack down. It's going to stretch the skin, and that way, your balls do not get sucked into the bathmate as you use it. Okay, when I first started using the bathmate, that happened all the fucking time. All the time happened. It kind of sucked. So that helps alleviate this problem. Okay, so step 3. Okay, this is a little bit of a long step. Insert. One moment. Increase pressure at the 2:30 and 4:30 minute marks. Kegel while inside. Alright, step 3. Step 3, guys, is you're going to insert yourself into the bathmate for 5 minutes. You're going to increase the pressure after the initial, after the initial pump. You will increase pressure at the 2:30 and 4:30 minute marks, and you will Kegel while inside. Okay, pretty self-explanatory. That's step 3, and then step 4 is repeat step 2 and 3 2 more times. Okay, so you're going to do step 2 and 3 2 more times. That is step 4, and then you're done. That's your 15 minutes inside the bathroom. It actually probably this newbie routine probably takes about half hour. Probably takes about half hour, 35 minutes to implement in real time. Okay, and you're gonna do this. Okay, so that's the actual tactics, you're going to do this 3 to 5 times a week. Everyone has different tolerance. I do it 4. Okay, I do it 4. I probably could do it 5, but 4 I feel is a good balance. But whatever you feel comfortable doing it per week, you're gonna do it 3 times for the week, and you're gonna have 100 sessions. Okay, you're gonna do 100 sessions before we go on to the next level of routine. Okay, that is the newbie routine. That is the newbie program. That's it, guys. That's what you're aiming at right there. Newbie program. Okay. So let's talk about the one. Since I can't demo this on YouTube without getting in trouble, let's discuss the one exercise we can talk about, and that is kegling. Okay? How do you kegel? Kegels are very easy. They're very easy for men to do. Okay? There is a muscle, and we all know what this muscle is. When I say it, you'll understand. When you're urinating and you have to stop midstream, there is a muscle inside you, like you can feel in your bowels, that you can tighten to stop this. Okay? That clenching, that muscle you clench to do that, that's the muscle you are trying to clench as you kegel. Okay? So when you kegel, you'll clench, hold for like, some people can only do it for a second, but I think 5 is a good medium. If you can do it like clench, hold for 5 seconds, release. Or 3 seconds. How about 1 to 3? You clench for 3 seconds and you release. That is, okay. And these are very beneficial, guys. So let me just, I'm gonna tell you the nasty. I'm gonna tell you the nasty of this. Okay. There are people who do not take care of their bowel health. Okay, they don't eat right. Definitely don't exercise. Just your normal American. Okay, just your normal American person. Probably guy, probably girls too, but guys at least. And like, man, if they like pass gas, they shit their pants. I mean, they have very poor bowel health. They can't hold stuff in. Okay, this is a bowel health issue. This is a bowel health issue. Now, I'm not saying Kegels gets rid of this problem. I'm not gonna make that claim, but I think it would help. I think it would help. Like I said, I'm not a doctor, so everything I say is not medical advice. It's not medical advice. But I would believe that eating a healthy diet. I'm not saying you don't occasionally have the pizza or the pizza puff. That's not what I'm saying. But 95% clean diet, and you do some kegling, and I'm sure your bowel health will improve drastically. Okay, because you don't want to be 40 and shitting yourself every time you hit a bump in the road. It's not pretty. Now, how does this stuff, Kegels, help with erections? Okay, now I'm not, okay, so Good Looking Loser, who was my mentor, made the claim that if you mastered the art of kegling, you could stop yourself from climaxing during sex. Like, you could kegel so hard that you stop the cum from ejaculating. Okay, that's a very high order. Okay, so that's on the other end. What I use it for. Okay, and when you get good at kegling, you'll see what I mean. It helps force blood into the penis, which is the objective of male enhancement. You are trying to force blood into the penis, get the tissues used to more than usual blood, get it accustomed to, so it becomes its natural state. Okay, that's the idea. Because that is what an erection is, guys. An erection is blood flowing into your penis. So the more blood it can be accustomed to, the healthier it is. It just, that's how you get better quality erections. So that is what I do while I am inside the bathroom. I kegel, I kegel, I kegel, I kegel, I kegel. And when you get good enough at it, you'll be able to like wiggle your penis by kegling while it's semi-erect. It's kind of sounds silly, but it's kind of cool to see. It's kind of, might even be cool to show to a girl if she was into that type of thing. But that is how you know you're getting good at the art of kegling, when you're able to do that. So this pretty much wraps up the first part of the program of how to get better erections. Okay, just do that for 100 sessions, and I promise you, that will improve. That will improve. Okay, I think some people go into the bath mate thinking it's going to. They think it's going to permanently change them. That's a hard thing to claim, because it's like exercise. Think about it. If I went to the gym, let's say in the 20s, I hit the gym hard, and then my 30s and 40s I didn't go to the gym, you wouldn't expect you to have the same muscle mass and strength as you in your 50s, then, would you? No, that would be an absurd claim. One moment, my dog is wanting out of the room. Teddy, I ain't gonna let you stay in the room anymore if you don't stop behaving. I'm on what? You get out. Okay, I'm back. Alright. I am back. I'm sorry for that. So you wouldn't believe that. So it's kind of the same. You have to take the same attitude. This is something you gotta do for life, or as long as you can sustain it. So that is the newbie male enhancement routine right there. So just to review, you're going to get a bath mate. Okay. I don't know which size. You'll have to get on the website. They'll tell you what size is appropriate for you. I would recommend the 7-inch to start off. I think 80% of guys, 90% of guys, that would be a fine bath mate to start with. Max it out and move to the 8. If you max that out and you want to, you can move to the 9. Don't go from 7 to 9. I've done that. It was not an enjoyable experience. Not an enjoyable experience at all. So do not do that. Okay, then second, after you've selected the okay. I'm Crip. I got it for you, bro. I got it, because that happened with me. So what I do, okay, try this. Let this know. First of all, are you using it with the comfort pad or without the comfort pad? In either direction, what I've noticed is if I put a little bit of Vaseline around the edge of it, it makes a much better seal. A much better seal. I've got a new 8-inch one, and I was having the same problem. Like the pressure wasn't holding. Like I'd pump, but you could see the bubbles, right? So then I put a little bit of Vaseline on it, on the edge of it. Oh, let me show you. Let me show you the comfort pad. That way you'll understand what I'm saying. Give me a minute. Let me grab it. Okay. Okay. So here, let me go. Okay, see this gray part that you can pull in and out of? This is the comfort pad. This is the comfort pad. So this is with the comfort pad. This is without the comfort pad. That's the That's what I mean when I say comfort pad. Just so you can see it. You can use it without. You can use it without. I actually kind of prefer it without because I think the comfort pad restricts girth. I think it restricts the girth. Like I could feel myself like I can't expand because of the pad. That's the comfort pad. Yes, now you. Pretty cool trick, right? That's your tip for the night. That's actually tip number 2. What was tip number 1? Oh, tip number 1 was don't go from a 7-incher to a 9 because I did that. Terrible. I thought it was a good idea. It was a terrible idea. Go from 7 to 8. Okay, good. I know I know because it's like, oh, I'm only getting an inch. Why not get the one that's 2 inches bigger? But the problem with the 9 is like the girth on that fucking thing is so big. It's not comfortable. And then the second tip is try it without the comfort pad. Let me kind of show you. I find the comfort pad leaks. I know it's not out when you use it, but in between here, that's where I find that it's actually leaking at. And then I put a little bit of Vaseline on the top here, so it's like a seal. You know what I mean? It really seals it up. So I would give that a shot and see if that helps any. I have found for me that helps. Okay. Also, when the water is coming out of the hose. You mean this hose? I just want to make sure I understand. You mean this hose? If this is what you mean, then the answer is yes. That is normal for this to come out. That is normal. I just want to make sure I understand when you say hose. That's what we're talking about. The pump, the actual hand pump. That is normal. Yes. Yes, that's normal. Completely normal. Completely normal. Generally, I have found if you attach it to yourself incorrectly, like that's really where the critical errors occur. Like if once you have a good seal, you know it. It's awesome. It kicks ass. It's usually putting it on like that first 10 seconds. That's where a lot of error occurs. I've noticed with my own experience. I have noticed that's where I'm like, ah, shit. Like I spill water or this is a silly story. So I forgot to lock it. And then I put the pump on and all the water shot out of the end here and I lost all the pressure and I felt like a total dunce. I was like, oh man. Well, my suggestion would be make sure this is locked completely on top. So make sure it's turned all the way. And then I would also make sure that the seal you got is good. And then after that, see if the experience is different. And then come back. Like it's kind of hard to tell what's going, like, when you got problems with it, you try to fix 1 or 2 things at a time and then see if it fixes everything. Otherwise, it's hard for me to guess where like the error or the problems are coming in. Does that make sense? So try the Vaseline seal, and then see if and try it without the comfort pad and see if that makes it way better and has more suction. It might fix everything. It might fix all the problems. As for the water out of the hose, I noticed. I don't have it out. I put it away into storage. The hand pump. This hand pump's a little bit different than the other hand pumps I've had. This one seems to. This one seems like this whole thing seems smaller. I'm not sure if they redesigned it a little bit, because this one, I just got this like literally 2 weeks ago. I just got this 2 weeks ago. It doesn't suck as much water out as the other ones did. I did notice that. So I don't know if they redesigned it or if it's just this is the type of style they use with the 8-inch, and the 9-inch just has a bigger hand pump. I'm not quite sure what, but I've noticed that this one does not pull as much water out. It seems, I mean, the pressure builds. It builds. It just, I've noticed less water coming out. Where was I talking about? Oh yeah, routine. So yeah, I talked about if you look up in the chat, I kind of listed out like this is a newbie routine. This is like you just got it. These are like your first 100 session newbie routine. And then we talked about, I think you might have missed it. We talked about how to properly kegel. You should be kegling while inside the bath mate. So that's my newbie PE advice. Well, I'm sorry, male enhancement. That's my newbie male enhancement with the bath mate advice. 1, 2, 3. So this second thing I usually talk about on this channel is I use this as a dualistic lifestyle approach, because a lot of guys ask me like where to start, and I think the newbie. It was with PP. It was fluffy. Oh, it's totally normal. Totally, yeah, totally normal. The water retention. It's called water retention. What is what you're referring to? So it's not really water, by the way. That's making the puffiness. It's like a liquid retention. It's like a mix of water, blood. It's just liquid. It's totally normal. Goes away. Anyways, the second thing I was gonna say is this. Like I suggest this as in a dualistic lifestyle. So you should do this pumping routine with working out. Okay, because the whole idea, how this all works, is blood flow. That's really the name of the game. It's blood flow. It's and your blood flow. You can even read if you have the bathmate manual. The pump is supposed to work in conjunction with your heart. Okay, so if you have a very poor vascular system because you're overweight, you've not worked out, it's supposed to be, they're supposed to work together. So that's why I recommend to people, on top of doing this newbie routine, you really have to dial in the fitness. You gotta dial in the fitness, because otherwise it's like you're running on one cylinder, right? You're running on one cylinder. Because I see a lot of pictures. I wish I didn't see these pictures, but I see them of people who are very overweight trying to use the bathmate to overcome, like they don't want to lose the weight, right? They don't want to lose the weight. They just want, they want the kick-ass erection, but they don't want to lose the weight, and it's like a uphill battle. You got to do both. So that's kind of the other half of this formula. And today, let me kind of give you. I have a five tactics to lose weight. Okay, and these I'm gonna list them the easiest to hardest. So the number one, and I'll put them in the chat so you can see them. Okay, I can't stress enough how this is the easiest one to implement, and how um, this is the most fundamental. So a lot of people don't know this. You don't lose fat while you're awake. Okay, you don't. Your body. So let's say you don't eat, right, and your body's low on energy. Your body converts the fat into energy as you sleep. That's when it does it. That's the time that occurs. It does not occur in your waking hours. It occurs as you sleep. So if you don't sleep, you don't give your body the vehicle to convert the fat into energy and get it off your body. So that only occurs as you sleep. That is not a function that occurs in your waking hours. So this is why this is the easiest of the tactics to implement, and the most fundamental. Okay, so if you do this, you're already ahead of the game. Because I know so many people that party and they stay up all night, and they're big. They're just big, and I don't. They're just so that's one. That's the easiest suggestion I can do. So the second thing to lose weight, guys, and this is the second easiest one, is just drink water. Okay, so this is another interesting fact that most people don't know. 20% of your calories, let's just say you drink pop juice, milk, whatever your calorie drink is, 20% of people's calories come from what they drink. So if you just drank water, you cut 20% of your calories right out. So that's a really easy cheat. So if you get to sleep and you drink the water, you're gonna automatically start losing weight like that. Tether. What is tether? Tether. Oh, red. Okay. Okay, so I got it on the screen. So I got somebody that's on something very similar to this. Very similar to this. Now I'm not saying this is a tool. The person I know who they're using Ozempic. I know it's not the same thing, but it's a similar idea. Um, well, this is for appetite, right? Suppress appetite. Yeah. No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not the best speller either, dude. I fuck words up all the time. Um, it's funny you bring this up. So I know somebody who's on Ozempic, which I know that's not this. But it's, man, they didn't change the diet, and they definitely didn't work out, and they look like you know how some people get thin like before they die. Do you know what I'm talking about? That's kind of what they look like. They're like, I lost 70 pounds, and I'm like, yeah, you did. You did lose 70 pounds. It don't look. How to put it? They just look. I don't know. It sounds bad. They look ghoulish. I don't know if you know what I mean by that, but that's really good. You should be proud of yourself. That is really good. That is. You're getting a heart for that, man. That is phenomenal. I'm actually only about 30 pounds out from what I need to be. It's been a fucking struggle. I'm actually gonna get to what the last one is. I've been on. Do you know what Ember is? I actually take Ember. I gotta get more though. It's a pill. It's a pill. It's an appetite suppressor. I'll tell you what though, they say it's a mood booster, and I'll tell you what, it actually does put me in a pretty good mood in the morning. It's don't drink it though. What's it at? I think I got a bottle here. In my gym bag. One moment. So they call it an appetite control, but really, I'm gonna be honest. The mood booster part of it, that's actually true. That's actually true. That's probably the best. I don't know. I take one of these in the morning, man. I feel pretty good. I take it after the workout. Do not take this with the pre-workout. Do not take this with the pre-workout. You will vomit it. You will vomit it right up. It is one or the other, but not both together. It is harsh. It is harsh with the pre-workout. I did it for I think my second time doing it, I vomited it up. It is a little too much together. But I take these after I work out at 5 in the morning. That's when I do my weightlifting, and going into work, I sometimes need a little bump, and these exactly. That's the thing. When you it's all about the hype. Yes. That's actually my fifth tip. So tip 3. Well, you brought it up, so I'll just go over this. My fifth tactic is just eat a lot of protein. Like, I eat a lot of protein. And whatever it's actually, this is the one thing I'm a little bit jealous on girls about. Because girls are supposed to be lighter, they gotta eat less protein. I gotta get 200 grams a day, man. And some days I am like at 180, and I'm like, where am I gonna get these last 20 from? That's literally that I kind of am like, oh man, what and I love meat, dude. Like, I fucking you put like a rack of ribs in front of me, I'll eat that whole fucking. I've eaten a rack and a half. I love meat. Not as much as carbs though. That's why I earlier in the episode I said I have to stay away from like donut shops, onion rings, anywhere that sells fried food, dude. Gotta stay away from it because I love that shit. Fried foods are like my favorite thing to eat, and then protein. And fried foods ain't good, so I just gotta stick to that protein. But that's actually tactic 5 is just eat meat. I like vegetables too. I know some people don't. I know some people don't like vegetables. I actually like asparagus straight up. I know that sounds weird, but that is like my favorite fucking vegetable. I love baking it, and it like I'll bake the whole fucking stack and I'll just eat it. That's true. When I say, by the way, when I say just drink water, I do allow myself one protein shake. I got the shake. It's got 72 grams of protein in it. And I'll tell you what, though, man. I don't care. I don't care what I do. It might have the protein, but it don't. Oof. That shit tastes. It tastes pretty. It is some wickedly strong protein. Let me put it like that. It don't taste great. It don't taste great at all. But I drink it. So my third tip is actually one I think I don't hear enough people talk about, and it's play. Okay, and what I mean by play, let me give you an example. This really helps me. So I got a rule. I give myself 90 minutes a day to do something fun, like a fun physical activity. So let me give you some examples. I like to do salsa dancing, right? That's a physical activity that's for fun, right? I'm not really doing the dancing for. I don't think of it as a calorie burn. It is a calorie burn, but I do it because it's fun, right? I do, example, I did an hour-long swim today. I like swimming. That is fun. Volleyball. That is fun. I go on hikes with my dog. That is fun. Do you kind of get my idea, what I mean by play? I think that's a really underrated tactic that's really easy to implement and super effective. Very super effective. I don't think enough people think. I think people think in terms of like, because people talk about cardio. I hate fucking running on a machine. I fucking hate it. So I was like, what else can I do that is fun and physical? So that's actually a tactic I use to help with the weight loss is fun physical activities. Um, I don't have the time, but I like boxing. I'd love to learn how to box. That's another thing I was thinking about. I don't have really the time right now. I just can't find the time. But that would be some. That would be another activity. I know a lot of guys that do like boxing or MMA. One guy I know does it like 4 times a week. He's cut as fuck. Okay, doesn't even lift weights and he looks jacked. He lifts a little bit, but he's mostly doing MMA. So that's the third tactic, and then the fourth tactic is lift weights. I think everyone should lift weights. I think that is just. I think that's a requirement. I I know so many people who got old and can't walk anymore. I could think of like 20 people in my life who are now like in their 70s and 80s, can't walk anymore. Not one of them ever been in a gym in their life. Not one of them. Okay, and it shows. My somebody I know's mother vomits when they walk. That's how weak they are when they walk. They got to be pushed around in a wheelchair. Never been to a gym. Never been to a gym. And I'm like, that's the end result. That's the end result for not not keeping up your physical activity. Um, I love lifting weights. I love lifting weights. Uh, I don't know what your I don't know what your split is, but I tried a bro split. I didn't love it, and I tried an all body, and I didn't love it. I actually settled on a back and leg, and then I do chest and arm. Then I do another back and leg, but with a different set of exercises, and then another chest and arm with a different set of exercises, and then I repeat that cycle again. That's kind of the split come to I've come to enjoy that particular. I've gotten great results. Way. I mean, you could see the profile picture I used is that's recent. That's probably maybe a month ago. I took that picture, and I gotta find it. Somebody took a picture of me from. This is an older picture right after COVID, and dude, I look like a big fucking pumpkin. I mean, big fucking pumpkin. And I was sitting next to somebody who was really thin, so it was very obvious in the picture that I was pumpkin like. The problem is they didn't take a digital picture. They took it they used those old fashioned cameras. You know what I mean? The is it Polaroids? Is that the word I'm thinking of? They used the old fashioned ones because they had the camera there. So and they gave me the picture. And I was like, oh man, I look fat as fuck. We gotta change this. And here I am. So that's pretty much the two big things I tell everyone, guys mainly, to do. Lift weights, like, or lose weight, lift weight, however you want to put it. I kind of consider it the same thing. Lift weights and use the bathmate. I mean, that's pretty much. That's it. That's the secret to not only just a better looking body, but better erections. I don't really know what else to tell people. Sometimes people look for like a magic pill that's not there. So that's kind of the messaging I've been telling people about. So I think. All right, we got one more thing I wanted to talk about. We kind of skipped over. I was going to talk about the fitness last, but we kind of just got into that. That's not too far from my goal. That's not too far from my goal, crypto. My current goal is to get to 200. I kind of take the summer off, like between Memorial Day and Labor Day. I don't. I keep an eye on my weight. Like I try to keep it within a certain range, but I generally in the summer months I'm a little more laxed. Like I'm not trying to cut. And then after Labor Day, it's back to like the it's back to the grind. It's back to the grind after Labor Day. So after this weekend, I'm gonna be back on the tuna and chicken and yeah, I went with 200. So I don't know. Let me find this. This is how I got to 200. I like this particular chart I found because it gives you a range. Like sometimes people tell you you got to be this much at a certain height. This chart I found gives an actual range. Let me find it for banner health weight. I'll throw it in here. This is a really good. What? No fucking way. They're updating the website? They are. No way. What are the chances of me wanting to get on this fucking site and they have it down? Let me see. Is this it? Let me see if I can find another chart. Oh my god. I can't believe it. I always post this fucking thing. There's a chart I use, and they're updating the website right now. How's this one? No, I don't want that. How's this looking? Is this? Yeah, this is it. This is on the website. Different website, but the exact same chart. One moment, let me post it. Okay, that chart I just posted. It gives it for female or male, and you just go to your height, and then it gives you a range. Like so, I'm a 6'1" male, and if I go there, it says the lowest I should be is 166, and the highest I should be is 202. So I thought 200. That's how I came up with the 200 range. I think it's a very helpful chart. I mean, it's probably not perfect, but I think it's a good like first step. It's easy to look at. I love this chart. This is I showed this girl. We'll call her Remini. She is 4'11". She's 4'11". Okay, and she's like, cause she told me she's 130 and she's trying to lose some weight, and I showed her this chart. She's like, I just can't see myself at 105. I'm like, I could see it. I mean, 25 pounds isn't that much. I mean, it's a lot, but it's not like 100 pounds. Like some people gotta go. So yeah, I use that chart. That's the chart I base everything off of. So easy to look at. No math. Just tell you your height and you got it. Boy, time is flying. But yeah, rectitude. That isn't it. Yes. Type 2 diabetes. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of like the Ozempic. still not sure. I'm personally not sure of who is right in the whole weight debate. If it's calories or hormones, I took the extreme stance and said it's both, but some people don't like that answer. Some people don't like that answer when I say it's both. It's too complicated. Alright, I think... Let me look at my notes. I got notes because I like to... So, let's see. Let's kind of go over what we talked about tonight. Talked about the bath mate. We talked about weight loss. Something else I'm kind of working on. I'll take a look into it, man. I might need a boost. I'm trying to get there. I didn't want to go on any. My one buddy suggested TRT. He went on TRT. He didn't actually go on the TRT for the weight loss though. He did it because he wanted to bang his. And this is a literal statement. He wanted to bang his porn star wife, so he went on TRT because he said it gave him way better erections. That is his exact words to me. He's like, "Oh yeah, I went on this, man." But he did say like it helped him in the gym too. It helped him in the gym. But it's funny because he actually went on for it because he's like, he went on it for a sexual reason, not for the weightlifting reasons. But he said it helped in the gym too, so he was all for it. So I kind of was thinking about TRT actually. I kind of wanted to get myself though down as much without any sort of hormonal help first, and then whatever little bit at the end use it to push me to the goal. But yeah, that was something else I was looking into. I'm not really sure if I'm supposed to be talking about using that stuff on YouTube. I can't remember if YouTube's bit allows that. I don't really give a fuck, but. Hi guys, my hour is up. I wake up at 4, so I gotta get to bed soon here. Still gotta pack my gym bag for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow is chest and arm day. Yay. I've been stuck on my chest press has been stuck at a particular weight for the last 2 months. I'm gonna try to push through it tomorrow. Who does a deep dive? You didn't say who does the deep dive. Derek? We talk about Derek from More Plates, More Dates. Oh, okay. Vigorous Steve. I'll look him up. I usually visit Derek's More Plates, More Dates channel. He's into a lot of the hormone stuff. I actually came up with him on the Good Looking Loser forums. That's actually why usually go to his stuff for advice, but kind of that tribal thing. But I'll definitely look up Vigorous Steve. I got it written down. I'll take a look at him either tonight or tomorrow when I get home from work. But yeah, tomorrow's gotta be a chest day, chest and arm day. I'm trying to push through this chest press plateau I have. I'm hoping to break hoping to break through the numbers tomorrow so I can add more weight on. I just haven't been able to hit my rep range I want to hit before I add more weight to the bar. I'm trying to go for the. I'm eventually trying to get to the 200. The 1,000-pound club. So I'm trying to get to a. And I don't mean just one set, one rep and done. I mean I want to do like an actual set of like an 8 to 12 range set of chest press at 225. I'd like to do squats at 405, and I'd like to do deadlifts at 405. I'd like to hit the. Yeah, I don't really know. He doesn't. Not that he doesn't talk about that stuff anymore, but he seems to have moved on to he does like a lot more podcasts with other people now and stuff of that nature, like interviewing. He seems to have kind of gone to that sphere. So Derek is goated. He is goated, though. But yeah, like I said, I'm trying to get to the 1,000-pound club. But I'm like I said, I don't want to do just one rep. I don't want to be able to just I did one rep. I want to be like to be able to do reps, multiple, plural at that range. I think I'm gonna hit the deadlift first. I think I'm gonna hit the 405 deadlift first. The deadlifts have been just so easy for not easy, but like every week or sometimes every other week. But I am just adding weight on the deadlift, just boom, 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 boom. The chest press I was going for a while, and then I just got stuck on it, and then the squat has just been slow. The barbell squat has just been a slow build. It's just very slow on that one. I think that's gonna be the last one. I think I'm gonna get the 405 deadlifts first. I think I'll get the 225 chest press second. I think the squats are gonna just take time, which is weird because my legs are fucking huge. But I would have thought I would have been able to squat a lot more than I do. But it's the back. It puts so much pressure on my back. Alright, guys, I have to get going. But thank you for stopping by. If you are interested in getting a new bathmate or a bathmate, check out the link I have in the description down below or in the description box. And I'm gonna do a stream tomorrow night. I'll also do a stream tomorrow night about this time, and we'll take a look at how I did on the chest press. All right, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Later.